at a abandoned miniature golf course, and this kind of fits right in line with my man versus nature theme that I like to explore in a lot of these videos and a lot of my photography. And this particular miniature golf course is heavily overrun by tons and tons of trees and brush, overgrowth. Nature has staked its claim. Man took over, and now nature is taking it over again. So we're gonna shoot a little bit with the Horseman VH and some Fuji Acros 100. Try to make some compositions around here. When I first got here, I talked to a man in the parking lot who was sunbathing. His name was Mike. And I never pass up the opportunity for a good conversation. So I talked to him for about 45 minutes while the light was gradually getting a little bit worse. I regret it now. It was a great conversation, but now I'm regretting it. But this image that I have here is the lighthouse. A little bit more clearer of a focus of what's in front of it. This pond in front of me, which you can actually probably hear some bullfrogs. I don't know if my mic's picking it up, but there's bullfrogs. You got the bridges, the sky starting to change. But that's what I like about documentary photography, is that there's things that change. This place, once paved over and turned into a mini golf course, now has its own ecology. Birds, plants, bullfrogs, they're all existing in this once man-made environment that's completely different from what it was before, and they're thriving. It's grown, it's overgrown. And that's really special when you can capture something like that. I always think back to Robert Adams' work, Summer Nights, one of my favorite books, and how he was documenting Colorado in transition from, you know, not necessarily like the gold rush era, but like just past that, where it was a little bit more popularized, but it was still in this transition of becoming like a city and becoming industrialized. And those brief moments where those images were taken are a time capsule. And this eventually will be a time capsule when this turns into a gas station in a couple of years. So really special, really important. Maybe to some, it will be nostalgic. But as of right now, it's a photograph on film. Well, I got caught in the rain as I was taking a photograph over there. Started to see the rain splash on the pond, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be nice, a little cool down." And then it just started dumping on me, and so I tried to go to the castle to find a little refuge. Turns out there's no way in, so I came underneath this beautiful little pine tree, and just going to sit out and wait for the rain to stop. Unexpected, but nice. Oh, and here comes the sun. Doot and doo-doo. Maybe there's an image around here. Now, the reason I chose to shoot black and white today is because I wanted a more contemporary style of photograph. I didn't want to go with my normal color images, which I love. I love shooting color. It's my favorite. Kodak Ektar, for those who are curious. But in this scenario, I thought black and white would be just perfect. And to be honest, I'm trying to save some of my film because fall is right around the corner and I want to use color in the fall, obviously. So black and white was really my only top option, and I am regretting it now. Easy as pie. Don't let people confuse you. Photography's not hard. It can be difficult. You can make it hard, but it's not. Watch, that image is going to turn out to be absolute garbage, and I'm going to eat my words. But I don't think I will. I really don't. Everything is just soaked now. Just over yonder is the building, Fantasyland, who built this miniature golf course. And in 2020, like a lot of other small businesses, fell by way of COVID and never reopened. And now this miniature golf course is completely abandoned, grown, overgrown. It's rich in textures and tonality. The light is stunning right now. There's a lot of compositions, but the one thing that I'm struggling with so far is navigating, because even though there's clear walkways and greens, it's so overgrown that you're just trudging through thick brush, and it's kind of impossible at times. But I'm gonna continue to try to make my way through, not waste any more of this beautiful light, try to make the most of it. I like this composition just because there's so much crud. It's just a bunch of stuff. And I like a bunch of stuff. I like when there's a messy composition where things aren't perfect. I don't want it to always be perfect. Sometimes I want it to be messy, tangled, jagged, sharp, unkempt. Those are the images that I sometimes really admire and love the most. And I'm not saying this is one of them, but it could be. So the film I'm shooting with today is Fuji Acros 100, which is one of my favorite black and white film stocks that I don't buy as much as I should. The thing that I love most about this film stock is the tonality and the highlights, how they're very subtle, and the fall off in them is like creamy and rich. It feels as close to a black and white cinema type of film as I can find. And if you're looking for that type of look, Fuji Acros 100, it's perfect. I shoot it at ISO 80, overexpose it just a tad, and everything just looks beautiful all the time. So I know you guys like talking about film and gear and lenses, tripods, the digital side too. How did you record this? I want to know. This is a little bit of insight for you if you like that kind of stuff. If not, let's go take some more pictures. The bullfrogs are calling. I'm gonna get a photograph of this, I was gonna say miniature dollhouse. I mean, maybe that's correct because it is on a miniature golf course, so everything here is miniature. But realistically, like a child could probably live in that comfortably. Now, one of the rules that I sort of live by when it comes to photography, but I often disregard. So that's a bit of an oxymoron. You can have fun figuring that out. Once I get started on that next roll, I try not to leave without shooting the entire thing. And what tends to happen is I go, oh, I got 2 or 3 shots left. I'm just gonna take anything at random. And then I find that those like random shots where I'm not worried about composition or really even my metering. I honestly, that's crazy, but like I just don't even meter. I'm just like, let's throw it on there. Maybe I'll even wiggle my tripod as I take the shot. It just like whatever feels cool at the time is what I'll do. And sometimes those are my favorite images. So that's kind of where I'm at right now after this shot of the little dollhouse over here. I'm feeling like, why not just have a little fun, be fancy free, enjoy the moment. I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this. It may not seem like it, but I am. I made my way to the lighthouse that we first saw when we came in, and there's a golfer up there on the top of the thing. Weather vane. I got it. I got it. I finally got it. The weather vane. So that's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna take a photograph of it. All right, our last composition is set up, but before I take the picture, I want to say thank you to everybody that watched my last video, the urban topographics videos, because it took a long time to make that, and I worked really hard on it. It may not seem like it in the video, but I was really frustrated the first day. And I was like, I don't want to drive an hour and a half back out there to take any more photos. I just don't. And at the end of the day, I was really happy that I went back, and I'm blown away that so many people watched it and so many people said really nice things. All of you always say nice things. I'm not sure why I'm surprised by that. I've never had somebody say really anything bad, which is kind of crazy. But the fact that there's 14,000 of you that want to hear me talk and see my pictures is mind-blowing to me. If you asked me 5 years ago when I started making YouTube videos if I would have 14,000 subscribers, I would have been like, absolutely not. No one's gonna wanna listen to me or see my face to actually subscribe, and somehow there's 14,000 of you. I can't believe it. I'm sure you can't either, but I'm honored, I'm humbled, honestly. It's surprising. I'm incredibly grateful and thankful to all of you. There's so many of you that like have been supporting me for so long, and it means a lot to me. And there's too many of you to name at this point. Like, it's overwhelming, I'll be honest. But I just wanted to say thank you. It means a lot to me. And I hope that you know that your comments, your likes, you just hitting me up in the DM, asking me questions or talking to me, responding to a story, saying, hey man, like that looks cool. And then sending me pictures of like you and your, significant other doing something. Like, I love that stuff. I try to get to them as best I can. I do miss a lot because I don't get the notifications, but it really means a whole lot to me that all of you have taken to this thing. And I love you. I mean it. I love y'all. But before I take it, I gotta move you because you're gonna be in the shot. So if you can just kindly move. Easy as that. And with that, my friends, we are going to, in an unorthodox way, end the video. I'll show you the picture, don't worry. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Actually, wait, hold on a second. I can't go this way. This way, I can't get down that way. Where am I? Jesus Christ. Obviously, with the lack of color film, you're not gonna see this very well, but it looks pretty cool. Now, I like the composition, but without there being color, it makes it a little bit more difficult because the yellows, I think, are too close in terms of like the grayscale to green, and there is even some yellow over there. So I don't know how well this is gonna turn out, but compositionally, I like it. I like that old light pole is kind of cockeyed a little bit, and there's a giant blow-up tarp that's over there. It looks like it was like one of those big slides that you would inflate and then kids would climb up and then slide down. There's enough here that I like. So let's Let's take it. Bada boom. One more photo. All right, that's it. I'm making this image and I'm going home. It's too late. I'm spent. I've had a great time. I really have. I mean it. Thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.